Hello, everyone. Welcome back to today's episode on The Popper Room. I have with me today the beautiful and delectable CEO of BM Pro, Mrs. Banker Meshida Lawal.
Hi.
Hi, thank you so much.
Me.
Thank you so much for having us. Your space is so beautiful, so gorgeous.
Thank you.
Very beautiful, thank you. Okay, so before we move on, I want you to give us a quick backstory. We know a lot of things about you online. So tell us something that we should not know, we would not know.
So I should tell you some of my hidden secrets.
Yeah, something from your skeleton.
Okay, I'm a great cook.
Wow.
And I like to paint.
That's not supposed to be
Well,
very
I paint.
shocking. It is.
I paint on canvas. Yeah, so maybe one day.
So we should see it someday.
You should see my art in the Saatchi Gallery.
We can't wait.
Yes.
Okay. So straight to what we have for today. We're talking about business post-COVID, right?
Yes.
And we all know that COVID hit real bad, right? And for some people, for most businesses, some of them have business ethics. So I want to believe that you have yours as well. What are those business ethics and why do you even have them in the first place?
So when the pandemic hit, I mean, it started in December 2020.
Yes.
And we all thought, oh, it was the Chinese predicament. It didn't really bother us.
It should not hit us.
Yes, until it did, yes. But by, I think, March, so December 2019, yes. By March 2020, when it was announced that everyone had to go on lockdown, I thought to myself, okay, how are we going to go around this? So we packed up the studios and sent everyone home. And then, while at home, I started to wonder how, we all thought the world was going to end. We had this Armageddon-ish ideas. And the thing was the thought was just how to survive.
Right.
And for me, a lot of ideas came to me that period. And I must say that my business took a turn for the better during COVID.
That period.
Yes. In terms of the e-commerce, then our website got busy.
Because people were at home.
People were at home and people were shopping. People were buying beauty products. And then I started the skincare line as well. Before then, I'd had a chemical peel at a spa, at an esthetician's office in Lagos, and it wrecked my skin.
Wow.
So during the pandemic, being at home, having the time to read up on how to treat my skin, and then being in touch with some of our manufacturers as well, it gave me the opportunity to create things, and the skincare line was birthed. So I had a lot of time to research and find products that could work for my skin, and my skin got healed.
Way better.
Yes.
In that period.
And then the BM Pro Skincare Laboratories was started.
In that same period?
During the pandemic, yes. Wow. We got, like I said, people were shopping on the website, and it just blew my mind because I didn't think, before the pandemic, I thought the business was all about physical, people
more
being,
physical
than virtual. But the pandemic showed me that there are other areas to this business, and we've followed those leads, and here we are today.
So basically, the pandemic helped you expand.
Opened my eyes to more possibilities and increased our business terrain, opened it up. Yes.
So how do you balance all of that now? So now you have more traffic online, you also have traffic physically.
Yeah.
So post-COVID, how did you do balance of that?
Like I said, we realized the strength of the virtual aspect of the business.
Yeah.
And we've pursued that. We actually have people that work for us virtually, so they don't have to be physically present here.
So they're different from your physical staff.
Oh yes. And I've always known that the physical staff is just, I would say, 1/10 of what we do. So coming in here to have makeovers, have salon services.
That's just a part of it.
That's just a very minute part of what we do. And I'm thankful for that because, the pandemic showed that suddenly what you think you know about life can be taken away. It's finding a solution, finding other avenues to be able to continue to be able to continue to exist and even thrive. The pandemic showed us ways to do that, and we're still on that. Who knows? Even with the situation of the country now, powering somewhere like this
must take a lot.
It's now ridiculous. So now we're open 3 days a week. Before life as we know it now, who would have thought that you could actually do that? But we realized that the overheads involved in running a business like this, there always has to be electricity. Diesel is astronomical. Running at that pace, are we going to keep increasing our prices? We can't do that.
No.
You can't come in here on Monday, by Sunday, it's a different ballgame. You need to have some form of consistency. So we've had to find ways to go around the problems that we have, and we've been able to solve some of them.
Without increasing your prices and, giving people cutthroats.
Yes. And that has been one of the reasons why I think our customers have stayed with us, because we've been consistent over the years. I'm the sort of person that I want someone who hasn't seen me in 5-6 years to be able to say, oh, how much is that? And it's still the same.
Same price.
And as a business owner, as an e-commerce owner, you can't just wake up and be changing prices just because the dollar has gone up, just because diesel is... So you have to find other ways to be able to supplement,
to stabilize it,
and stabilize the business. Yeah. So
I think that's very commendable, actually, very commendable. And please hold that thought. Let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Purple Room. Our guest has been giving us a lot of insights on business post-COVID, and she said a lot of incredible things, really. But I want you to elucidate a bit more on your business ethics, because obviously your business has structure. A business like yours cannot function without structure. So please, bring us in a little bit on that.
Okay, so before the pandemic, we had 1, 2, 3 branches in Lagos.
Oh, wow. Where, and where?
4. We had Ikeja, we had Dolphin Estate, we had Glover Road, and we have Lekki.
Here being the headquarters?
Yes.
Okay.
No, Dolphin is actually the head office.
Oh, okay.
And that's in Lagos. So over time, I'd go to my Ikeja store, and even though the makeup services were good, but the standards were not being upheld.
So the standards in different studios were different.
Yes. The ambience, aesthetics, you do up a space and it's not well maintained. In fact, the one that broke the camel's back, I went to my Ikeja store that day, and I went to the bathroom and the wallpaper had peeled. And nobody thought to call wallpaper people. It was as little as that. And the toilet was broken, and there was a bucket in the toilet. A bucket.
No.
I had a little aneurysm. And the next week I just, and I'd been noticing other problems as well. Just so many internal problems. And I just closed the store. I didn't say a word to anybody.
That particular store?
Yes, that branch. And I closed it. And, over time, people would call and say, oh, we're at the store, there's no makeup artist, we've booked and there's nobody here. And we'd start to give excuses, and it was just much for me.
I can imagine.
So I closed that branch, and then we moved to Glover. Same thing started to happen. So it's very important.
You said notice a pattern.
Yes, it's very important to work with a team who sees your vision. And when that is not there, no matter what you do, you can't uphold. It's
standard.
It's like a complete set of 5 fingers. If one dies, something's going to start happening to
the remaining 4.
Yes, except you cut it off and you have surgery and you know that you have 4 fingers. Yes. You can't leave a septic finger.
Yeah.
It will affect the entire body. So it was like that. We closed, same thing with Glover. It was a really cute, beautiful space.
Oh.
Same problems. People just won't show up at work. So we decided to consolidate. And then COVID happened. You know, so
and they had to lock down all stores.
Yes, so you can imagine the overheads into maintaining 2 extra stores. We consolidated, and now we have everybody in. We just have 2 branches in Lagos
now,
and 1 in Abuja, and every other thing is online. And that has just been the best
that's
decision.
worked.
Yes. So now we're looking to do the international, the more global work in the global space. And it's like, why did I not think about this
in the first place?
But I think, you know, you grow as a business.
Yeah.
With everything that you decide to do, you will grow and you will come to some realizations and make those decisions that are necessary and just keep it going, keep it moving. Now we're trying to play in the international space, making beauty products available all over the world. We've also created a lot more. We've also increased our product shade, more inclusive. Yes, we have so many foundation colors, more powder.
So it has more reach.
More rich, it's more diverse, it's more inclusive, and that's what beauty is all about these days.
I agree with you on that.
Yes,
I do.
So,
I do.
But I think of BM Pro as that brand, as that brand that bridges the gaps in cosmetics. Like, for example, someone doesn't have the exact shade match in a brand. I go in there and I create
that particular
the shade, and then it bridges that gap, because not everybody is a certain shade of brown.
Exactly.
Not everybody is a certain shade of yellow. Not everybody is a certain shade of pale. There are those in betweens, and they have not been catered to. So in BM Pro,
so I guess in the beauty industry, those people are the minorities because they're not so much. So
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, because I've also found out that in manufacturing, many brands manufacture according to a certain region. It's as clear as the shades of powder you'll find in Ghana is different from what you'll find in Nigeria, because our blacks are different, our yellows are different.
True.
So I know that now. And
so you can cater for that need, cater to that particular need.
Yes, starting with, of course, the Nigerian terrain, first of all, and then we move into
other phases. So I think the fact that your business has structure that has enabled you to, you know, grow and, you know, into a brand that can cater to different people. You know. So without structure, you probably would have, during the pandemic, you might just have, you know, been very shaky and all of that.
Yes, and it's also very important to work with a good team, so that, you know, the onus of thinking about the brand doesn't just fall on you.
Just you.
Yes, when you have a great administrator, when you have great staff, then it's easier. You know, it's not easy. It's not always easy, because we're all not aligned. We're not all from the same piece of fabric. But when you have the same business, what do you call that? Mission, ethics, mission
vision,
statement.
Mission and all of that. Everybody's following the same mission.
Yes,
can accomplish something. Yes. Okay. So let's move a bit from this, right? In your industry, I know it's very competitive. How do you handle competition in this your industry?
So I'm so focused. I don't even know.
You don't even notice?
No, because there's just so much, you know. I wake up in the morning and there's so much to do. The other day, these days when I woke up, my phone is beside me, my glasses are beside me. And I wake up in the morning, I just pick
up your glasses, pick up your phone.
Yes. And again, I would say that the assignments that I've taken on, they vary now. I do a lot of photography as well. And delivering clients' images, social media, influencing work.
That's a lot of work on its own.
Yes, it's a lot of work. So, back to your question or your statement, structure, vision. My assignment is very well cut out for me. So what I'm all about is pushing the brand to somewhere that I'm very happy with. I'm not there yet.
But you feel fulfilled.
Yes, that's the word, fulfilled. So competition is good because you can't always be in isolation.
Right.
It's nice to see what is
Other
out there.
people are doing.
Yes, especially because makeup, for instance, can be
evolving.
It keeps evolving, and there are trends.
Every now
So
and
in
then.
as much
True.
as you won't follow a trend, hook, line, and sinker, you would, oh, okay, this is possible. But my style has always remained. The style that we do at BM Pro has always remained. We may add to it, we may take away
Every
from
now
it,
and then.
but we would always create beautiful art. So, yeah, competition is good, industry good. We're just
but doesn't drive
bubble.
you. Doesn't drive you.
No.
I think that's very commendable, really, because for some people, they see this competition and then it becomes their waking ambition. You know, they think about it before going to bed. That's what they wake up to. That's what motivates them to do certain things that, at the end of the day, does not become anything, really, because it wasn't exactly well-grounded, you know.
And artistry, I say this to artists every time, that you must always have your own signature. If you are the sort of artist that you see that orange bag, you want to run there. You see that black bag next week, that's what I'm doing there. After a while, you're going to forget how to get to that orange. That black, you won't even be thorough in it, you won't be perfect in it. But if you are a red bag from the get-go,
and everybody knows that you're a red bag,
take a bit of the orange, add to it. Take a bit of the black, add to it. But the red is still there. And that's how to stay consistent, and longevity will come. So, I mean, I've done this for 24 years.
Wow.
Yes, and it seems just like yesterday. I don't even know where the years have gone, but I wear glasses now, so
so you can tell.
That reminds me. But artistry is artistry. Makeup is makeup. The bottom line is make me beautiful. Don't come and tell me that now everybody's putting gold. No, I don't. Just make me beautiful. And that has always been my mantra. I want to keep creating beauty. And that's what it is.
Thank you so much. That should be framed. Yeah.
Okay.
That should be framed.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so my last question for you. What do you consider your definition of success? And would you consider yourself a successful businesswoman? What's the yardstick?
For me, I think that you're successful when you've touched a lot of lives positively. You know, to be successful, you can't just be this person that's amassing wealth or whatever. No,
Or followers.
Yes, you have to have, changing lives. And you know, it's a sort of, it's somehow philanthropic, and that's, I believe a lot in that. You know, to be this person that helps. Anyhow.
So your definition of success is touching people's lives.
Yes.
In whatever way, whatever manner.
Yes.
So would you
Making
consider
more
yourself
positive.
a successful businesswoman?
If I look at my HR files, yes. Because we have come a long way. And, you know, so also we started an industry that didn't exist in Nigeria. Now people have been able to hone their skills and make a living for themselves. A lot of it, yes, and it's very. It has its own problems, like every industry, you know, the makeup industry.
Yeah.
But it's here to stay.
Yes, it is.
And the beauty industry has been upgraded. I remember growing up, you know, going into a salon to relax your hair, you'd pay what? 700 naira.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to relax your hair,
you need to come boxed up.
yes, because the tides have changed.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's positive. You know, we have healthier hair, we have more beautiful makeup, you have high quality products, and it is an industry. And the fashion industry in Nigeria has grown in leaps and bounds. And all over the world, we all know the figures of the beauty industry. It's not a joke. It's real. It's real money to be made. It's real billions. And everything.
Thank you so much. Not that you're asking me, but I think you're a successful businesswoman. I really think so.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for agreeing to be on the show with us.
You're welcome.
Guys, I hope you've heard that. That was a lot of insight. A lot of insight. Competition, nah. You can look at it from time to time, look at what people are doing, you know, pick something from here and there, but that should not be your driving force. That should not be your waking thoughts, you know. And then for you, a business owner that still thinks you don't need to come online, take it back to the beginning of this video. Listen to it again, take it back again and listen again and ask yourself, why am I doing this to myself and my business? On that note, this comes to the end of the Pop Room for this particular episode. Thank you so much, Mrs. Banker Meshida. Wow, we are so honored to have you on this episode, and I hope that sometime we can have you again.
I could do this more. I actually enjoyed it.
You
it wasn't
did.
As yes.
Wow,
So.
I'm glad you look so relaxed.
Your aura is nice. That's why.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much. And on this note, I remain your host, ASTERI. Bye.